Hey there, Starshine. This is Smadar from Song of Stones, and I'm here with this very magical pendant, a necklace. Um, and I have a story to share with you about it. And before I do that, let me just introduce myself for those who don't know me. I am a crystal whisperer, and what that means is that I listen to the Song of Stones, to their messages and wisdoms, and I share that on the website and directly with clients through personal messages. And this year specifically, I have been focused on sharing. Everything that I share has been with the specific intention of crystallizing your power. And what I mean when I say that, and I say crystallizing your power, what I mean is that these past few years have been very challenging on many, many levels, besides the obvious one. And it's had a lot of us feeling out of balance and out of our power, feeling a little bit helpless at times. And so I wanted to dedicate this year to shifting that, to helping us to see that we're anything but powerless, and that there are a lot of things that we can do to help ourselves on many levels, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all the levels. So that's a little bit about me. I want to focus now on this beautiful pendant. So let me tell you how this pendant came to be. I had this dream. It wasn't a dream, actually. It was a meditation. It was a vision where I went to this ancient temple of glass, and I was shown the design for this pendant. And it was so powerful and so strong that I had it made. And it's been really really a transformational piece, a very special talisman for me. And the other day, I realized that one of the pieces had fallen off, and I didn't know where it was. And I go for walks outside around my neighborhood every day, and I thought it was either there or somewhere in the house. And I thought it would, if it was meant to be, it would turn up. And one day, a few days after I'd lost this shungite piece, I'll just tell you what they are. The middle piece is shungite, noble shungite, and then on one side there's a quartz crystal with carbon inclusions, and on the other side golden oil inclusion. So on my way out, I was thinking about this pendant, and I said to the universe, I said, if I'm supposed to have this piece of shungite back, I trust that you'll show it to me. And I went out for my walk, and I was guided right towards it. It was placed right on my path. It was so magical because I had that intention before I started. To allow the universe to take me to it rather than frantically searching the house or frantically searching outside for it. And that's a very powerful place to be because I was coming from a deep place of trust. Trust in the universe no matter what the outcome. And that's really the key. Not just being in that state of, I'm going to trust the universe to show me where my lost thing is. It's trusting the universe to know that if I'm supposed to have it back, I will. And if I'm not supposed to have it back, that's also powerful and purposeful and important. Because sometimes we lose things. And yeah, in my years of working with the crystals, I've spoken to many of my customers about this. I've written about it, I've spoken about it, that sometimes crystals get lost. Sometimes they disappear. Sometimes we lose them. Sometimes they break. Sometimes they break right in our hands. And I've had that happen where a crystal, I'm sharing this piece, it's a little side note. Sometimes a crystal will come apart right in our hands without even any reason. It hadn't been dropped or it hadn't been banged or anything. It just comes apart. Oftentimes when that happens, it's a key crystal. It's crystals who have joined together and they just come apart. When that happens, that's very magical, by the way, because key crystals are not hard to find. We find key crystals all the time. But the key crystals where we have both pieces, that's a bit of a rarity. So what I wanted to say is that it can be really disheartening, especially when, for a couple reasons, especially when a crystal is near and dear to us, but also, our love of the stones sometimes will make us feel that, a little bit of guilt. What did we do wrong? And just, we go right into shame and blame. And if we can shift into that state of trust that what's happened is not anybody's fault, and it doesn't mean we've done anything wrong. It might be, well, there could be many reasons. It could be that we're done working with this crystal if the crystal gets lost. It could mean that the crystal is shifting and needing to break open or separate or go somewhere else. And if we can come to it from that state of trust, then whether we know the reason or not, it doesn't matter. And then often when it doesn't matter, we are shown the reason. We might not be. And again, if we're in that state of trust, it won't matter. This is a very powerful thing, and I hope that you're hearing me, because really many of the people, if not all the people who are connecting with the crystals, are very tender, sensitive, just lovely, loving souls, and we sensitive people tend to take things very hard and to heart. A lot of us and just feel very devastated when a crystal breaks under our protection or in our under our care. I just want you to know that you're not doing anything wrong, and everything for a purpose and everything for a reason. And reach in to that place within yourself, that deep trust. And you'll see how things will shift, how much easier life will become. And here's the most beautiful thing. The crystals can help us get to that state of enormous trust. Working with the crystals can help us get there. And doing it intentionally. Will get us there faster. So now I am going to trust in the timing and say goodbye to you guys right now, because things are happening in the house here. And I will see you in cyberspace through the newsletters, through our crystal meditations. And if you don't know about any of these things, I invite you to sign up for the newsletter. And I talk about them every Sunday through the Sunday Sparkle. I share crystal messages. I share information about when our next crystal meditation is. And I hope you'll join us. And speaking of deep trust, those crystal meditations are a beautiful way to deepen your trust with the crystals in a guided way, in a protected and safe and connected way. So I hope to see you there. Many blessings and lots of love, dear ones.